Hi, welcome back to Tammy Talks About. So, this video is just a little different. I thought we would look at a few tweets and maybe remind some people of the type of woman that AH really is, and the type of women that, you see that hashtag believe all women. Okay, well, we'll believe some women. And we're going to list them right here. Before we get into today's video, you know the drill already. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And of course, as always, feed that pesky algorithm and share this video. So let's get into it. So this tweet is from Right Side of the Roaring Rapids, and I really liked it. And so we're just going to read this real quickly. Believe women. Vanessa Paradis, Winona Ryder, Lorianne Allison, Melissa Cyans, Tara Roberts, Trinity Esperanza, Kate James, Samantha McMillan, Hilda Vargas, Catherine Kendall, Sherilyn Finn, Patty Smith, Penelope Cruz, Jennifer Howell, and Lily Rose Depp. That is a long list of women who have made it clear that Johnny Depp is not a person who would ever be violent to anyone, much less the woman he loved. And then we want to talk about the type of woman that AH is, for comparison, of course. This is also a tweet from Right Side of the Roaring Rapids. Ms. Heard doesn't care about the safety and well-being of children. She tore Kate James' 4-year-old son from her arms, frightening him as a prop for paparazzi for a photograph. And then, if you remember the video, which she shows the video here, but if you remember the video, she grabs a child just out of surgery to use as a prop. And that's just 2 examples. If we want to go a little further in examples of the type of woman that AH is, this is a tweet from Marini. She was replying to the Mary Sue from an article they've got that she's going to be an Aquaman too, despite the smear campaign. This woman physically, mentally, and verbally abused Johnny Depp. Her name should be smeared. If it's true, in which there is so much evidence that shows that it's true. See, here's the thing. You don't want to just accuse people of things and smear their reputation if there's no proof. There's an abundance of proof out here. And so the fact that the Mary Sue wrote that just shows you their level of stupidity. I don't know. Anyway, this is Rennie's reply to that. Amber Heard has been caught saying the N-word, mocked a disabled homeless person, was arrested for DV, and was recorded admitting to repeatedly assaulting her spouse, lied about donating millions to dying kids, and was accused of the R-word by our victim of stealing her story. And those are just some of the examples of the type of person that AH is. And then if you think about Amanda de Cadenet, she is the Me Too activist who had supported AH. And once she heard the tapes, she dropped that support. And then you think about, well, here is a story. This is from the real Laura B. This is a story that was in the Daily Mail, I believe, in 2017. And in there is a quote that says, Amber can be very manipulative and selfish. Elon's back in LA while she's licking her wounds in Australia. And that was from the story where Amber Heard splits from PayPal billionaire Elon Musk. And yes, it was the Daily Mail. And then we're going to end today's video. We're going to give the ACLU an out. Now, let me be very clear before I read this. This is not a statement that the ACLU has made. This was from, again, the real Laura B., and she has given them an out. This is a statement they can make to the world to make themselves look a little better. Please, as she said. ACLU, please. And she says, we acted based on the assumption her public claims were true and no reason to believe otherwise. Now, in light of other evidence, her audios, etc., and not following through on her donations, we realized we were also duped. So there you go, ACLU. You can make yourself look just a little bit better. You say something like that, something along those lines. Somehow I have a feeling they're not going to, because then they would be admitting, which, in light of the emails, all the proof that's out there, oh, you look bad, ACLU. Boy, they look bad. They look very, very bad, which they are. We're talking about an organization that is funded by not only donations from people like you and I, but they're basically funded by rich billionaires like Elon Musk. Yeah. Elon Musk and others. And then there's also government funding that for people who pay taxes. Where do you think that government funding gets their money from? From our taxes. And then there's things like the Violence Against Women Act. I can never say that word. Or say it in that frame. I can say women. That was set to expire right about the time they made Amber an ambassador and offered to write the op-ed for her, then proceeded to write it, put it through dozens of attorneys to be sure they skirted saying anything about her husband or violating her NDA agreement that she'd signed. Although Amber, the whole time, she's wanting to put it in there that it was definitely him. She's wanting to scream it, all but say his name. And the reason the ACLU did this was because that act was set to expire, which means they were going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars in funding that came with that grant, or with that act, I'm sorry. And so they decided that, so what if she's lying? We're not going to bother to do even the slightest bit of discovery to see if her claims are true, because it's Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, a name that's known all over the world. Johnny Depp, a face that's known all over the world. We can make him the new Harvey Weinstein. We can make him the face of DV. And then we get all the money. And then there's the added bonus that Elon Musk doesn't like him. And I'm sure he's probably in the ears of people at the ACLU. Hey, gave you all this money. Make him look bad. Greed. There's a reason it's one of the 7 deadly sins. And people like Amber, people like the ACLU, anything you get, you deserve, because what you've tried, and I do mean tried, and very nearly succeeded in doing to an innocent man who not only is innocent, but was the victim of the very things that she accused him of doing. When you do something like that to another human being, when you treat people in this manner, do you think that you're going to always win? You may win in the short term. You may be getting a little bit of money. But in the long term, karma's going to come back and bite you in the butt, in your nasty butts. And you deserve it. How vile can you be to treat another human being in this way? It's so horrible. But, sorry, that was my little trailing off into the world and thinking about how cruel this really is. And it really is cruel. But the truth is getting out there. And the truth will always win in the end. So this was a different video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. And until then, you be blessed.